Hello, and welcome back to the 7-day Get Unstuck challenge. We are on day 3. If you have not seen the intro video or days 1 and 2, please go watch those first before you proceed with this one, because the order of these days is intentional and super important for your success. Okay, now that we've got that established, today we're going to continue creating conditions for what we're going to be bold enough to call inevitable success. Okay, when you think about what that might entail, I'm sure your mind goes quickly to what could stand in the way of your success, right? That is our focus today. And in order to do that, we must go through this process of what I'm going to call unpacking the trunk. You could also call it clearing the clutter. There's a bunch of names I've heard, but whatever you call it, this process of releasing what's no longer serving you is paramount. I'm probably going to say in every single video that this is so important, but really every single step is so important. And the order is important too. So it is what it is. It's all important. So remember yesterday when we talked about the 3 levels of change: 1, behavior; 2, beliefs; 3, identity. We started with the deepest layer and laid the foundation of change on the level of your identity, ensuring that you can identify as a person who already has the thing you want, or identify as the version of yourself you want to be. And that allows you to have that drive your change in the most effective way. Now we're going to lean into the belief level. So this becomes essential to your success in getting unstuck because it will help you release whatever may get in the way. It removes those roadblocks before we get to them, or it may help you be more prepared to navigate the roadblocks when they pop up. But unpacking the trunk first requires an awareness of what's in there, right? And in this case, let's think of the trunk as the environment of our mind. What lives up there that is preventing you from being the version of yourself you want to be? Do you believe that you deserve to be that person? Do you trust yourself to become and remain that person? What narratives do you hold true that might be stopping you from achieving whatever it is that you want for yourself? I'll share a personal example here. I have struggled with anxiety my whole life. I often feel a tightness in my chest and my heart races as fast as my thoughts sometimes. And I actually didn't know that wasn't normal until I started going to therapy and talking about it. But at that point, I truly identified as a person who struggles with anxiety. Like, I called myself high strung and a control freak, and I believed that this was just the way I was always going to be. I assumed it as a personality trait, and I thought, it's just who I am, which made changing virtually impossible. Before I could make a shift to be a more grounded and calm person, I had to let go of that narrative of myself. I had to believe I was capable of being a person that trusts in the unknown, someone who could go with the flow. And honestly, up until very recently, I would laugh at that. I'd be like, me going with the flow? Like, I still was having such a hard time letting go of that narrative. But now that I can imagine myself being the person that goes with the flow. And in recent weeks, I actually have seen myself in situations go with the flow. So it really does take paying attention to those beliefs and those narratives to be able to sort them out and get them out of that trunk. So today, I challenge you to think about what beliefs could be standing in your way of change. And what I want you to do is write them down on a piece of paper and then tear that piece of paper up. Rip it into tiny little pieces, make it a cathartic experience, however that would benefit you, okay? Actively feel as you're going through that you're letting go of the beliefs that have been holding you back, that you are truly releasing whatever you have written on that piece of paper. And if you need help to think of what beliefs are in your way, one really helpful activity is to actually tackle a tangible version of decluttering, which is your physical environment. So you can pick something in your life, like a closet, a room in your house, your car, to actually go through and clean it out. So get to decluttering, throw out what you don't need, organize what you do, and you really might be amazed at what comes out for you mentally or emotionally as you go through that process. So let it happen, let it all out, be present, and then I will see you back here tomorrow for day 4. You're doing great. Keep it up.